Greetings, fellow mayors. This is Captain Obvious, and welcome back to the Masterclass series for new and veteran players to help improve their city building and city management skills.
And we have returned to Hanami Bay, and let's go ahead and just take a look at what we have accomplished so far in the past few episodes. So this has been here for a while, but it is really looking spectacular. I like the low rise, and then we have this little variety of mid-rise buildings here, and of course we have our high rise towards the end. And on this side we have more of mid-rise buildings, but they are a different format. We are using the emerging downtown DLC, and when it comes to here, we have some unique buildings, a hospital, which really pops out a little bit, yet maintaining the actual square type of buildings here. We have our station, and then here, what we did in the previous episode was we filled in this empty space and we added in, or we decorated our tram stop while adding in more new unique buildings, which is fairly tall, but definitely taller than our residential buildings. So if you look at this one, as I mentioned, I made only the outskirts of the high density residential to be historical, so they do not grow any taller. And the only thing I have that's growing as max or as much as possible are the ones in the middle. So again, it will just give you that kind of pyramid look, which I have envisioned, so that the buildings are not competing with each other. The only downside is sometimes they generate the same buildings. So if you look here again, these guys are not historical. All these ones out here are. So what I can do is, so that before this levels up, I'm gonna make this historical. So this will remain the same, and then this will be a different building. So if you look at the other side of here, we kind of have the same format, but this I prefer not to have happened because they're the same exact building, right? I could demolish it and have it rebuild something else, but we're already here, so I'm just gonna maintain it. So, and this one, these are all good variety buildings. This here I'm expecting to level up. And if we look on this end, yep, we kind of have like the same format here, where the middle again is showing kind of like our triangle in the middle, and on the sides are well, this one I have no choice because we only have one tile, but at some point we do plan to build something on this end. So now if we look at our progress, I can see this slowly happening. So this is now an abandoned building, and then it's happening again here. So this may seem like it's nothing, but you should be worried. So it says here there's not enough goods to sell, and we need to build, and it will become abandoned if nothing is done. More zone more industrial area to produce goods. So as you can see now, this is happening there. It's gonna become toxic, so we need to address this immediately, but not the way the game advises. So the way it says is to zone more industrial, right? We could do that, but I think it will be very slow. So the fastest way to do this is to enable a cargo line or a cargo station somewhere. I could use this one. So right now, the only cargo line here is this, but it is outside. And in order to access that, we really need to reach that. We need to reach that 44,000 population, which is not too far away. We're around 41. So we're gonna kind of focus on leveling up so that we can unlock this, and in the same time we will have access to this highway. Another possible solution is to use cargo what do you call this, cargo harbors. So if I'm gonna put one here, this would work, but the problem now is everybody is gonna flood towards this. All our industrial is gonna go here, and it's gonna create massive traffic. This is why I will not be doing this. And also this has a lot of like noise pollution, and all our people are just going to complain. So again, our solution is this one, this train route or train track going to the outside. All right, so with that said, let's go ahead and continue populating. So I'm just going to develop this area, and we're going to use the same exact format that we've been doing the entire time. So again, I'm going to make a space in between for so it's gonna look like this. Again, we have our fence, our pathway, and our trees. So this is a very, very simple and reliable format, at least for this series. In the next series that I plan to do, I'm gonna make it more organic, so we have a different style, and I'm gonna try to do something that doesn't do this one. Yeah, so this is again very, very very cookie cutter, and it is made for this series. Yeah, I made it in this format so that it is easy to follow, especially for new players and whatnot. Okay, so I made this route, and for some reason there's a crack here, which I would rather not have. So let's try to fix this. Okay, looking good. And I'm going to go ahead and oh, you know what? This is completely wrong. This should go straight. No, I think I'll keep this open and we'll be able to put something in there. All right, let's go ahead and zone, but instead of zoning more commercial, as you can see, it is starting to really affect the whole thing. So we need to address that in this episode. I'm gonna go ×3 speed. And before we do this, let's make sure it is zoned properly. I'm gonna create a new zone type. So this will be a completely new district. So we have that, and again, we just need to change this to emerging downtown. Then let's go ahead and zone in our residential. And instead of commercial, I'm going to zone in offices. So the format here is going to be different. It's going to look more like this for the office building. So it's going to change up this design, but what I want to do is eventually I'm going to de-zone it, and we're gonna zone in commercial in the future. But for now, we're gonna just be using industry because they also produce commercial goods. And towards the middle here, you kind of want to put uh, a service building or service structure or something. So let me just put some my favorite parking lots. So we're gonna put this one down. Then I'm going to put in, let's see, this should be kind of like a staple. So I'm gonna put it on this end. This is a lot of parking for these guys, by the way. So I may have to like rethink about this. Let's make it to these guys instead. Okay, that seems appropriate. Let's just add something on this end, and let's try to squeeze in that last building. So this is the child and elder care buildings, and again, what they do is they prolong the lifespan of your elders so they can continue to pay taxes. Unfortunately, that is the truth in this game and in life. Let's actually create a different zone for the middle. I want to make this into local and organic produce. I want to make sure that all the structures here are low-rise buildings. So we have that one, then we simply click on this, then we go to local and organic produce. Then we can zone in our commercial. Okay, there we are, and we need some more offices, which I will place on the back side and also here. So again, as I mentioned, these buildings are different from the ones here, but we will redo this at some point. But for now, I'm just trying to reduce the amount of commercial zoning because again, it is, well, it seems like it kind of resolved itself, but I'm still very worried about it. Okay, and Yep, let's go ahead and fill in this side. Things seems to be operating properly. I just noticed that our electricity is kind of low. So let's go ahead and activate this one. And let's continue zoning this. Again, you want to make sure that we have our districts in. So I am just going to extend this one. And this is our park life. I want to put something else here. We might be lacking some cemeteries, so let me just add a few here. Okay, then let's kind of make this side a little park. Then we're just gonna put some simple tree planting. So I'm using the same type of trees that's being utilized here. So these are alder trees. They're a little taller, but it fits as in the way it's similar. And let's just simply, oh, what's this? Let's just fill in this side again with the similar type of trees. And again, I see this guy. That's not enough workers. Alert. Okay, let's go take a peek at what's going on in the city. All right, everything seems to be doing well, except these things are still popping up every now and then. Yep, this is not exactly how I planned it, but I'm putting in more offices than commercial. Otherwise, those things will continue to appear. There's another one there, yeah. So I am very, very worried about this. Some may think that it may be too soon, but I've played this game for a really long time. Okay, I got nothing else to fill here. I can't remove this. So let me just kind of finish this side then. Okay, some things that I noticed is this. We have massive traffic coming through here. It is a very, very long stretch. One way to fix this one is to access this and then create a new interchange that will go this way, so that not everyone will be taking this one. So even if I create an interchange here, but this interchange will be dedicated to our industrial area, not our residents coming in. Oh, we have more things on this side to add in. Fantastic. There, as you can see, they are starting to abandon. Yep, it is poisoning the city. I'm not gonna demolish that. It is pointless to do that. You should never be able to demolish. They should be able to mend themselves. Okay, let me just do our format here with our trees and whatnot. Boom, we are now a colossal city. And all the while we're just building our fences. Okay, I will just finish this. Then we can go ahead and add in our... Sorry, I got cut off there. Let me see. Yeah, I think I'll add the trees offline. You know what? We're here. We're already here. Might as well just finish it, right? Okay. Added in our format. Got a lot of traffic. Let's check. Yep, we have some more abandons. And now we're gonna fix this right now, exactly. So I am going to go ahead and unlock this tile. Boom. Then we're gonna activate this by providing cargo lines. First, I'm gonna make one on this end so that it'll accommodate our oil and our future ore. Then we're gonna add one on this end, which will accommodate our farming, and I have to put one on this end because our farming is actually here. So let's go ahead and start with this end while I'm already on this side of the map. So what we want to do is we want to create a loop going around. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this. So it's going to go in one direction. Let's just make sure it's powered up. Now I want this to go all the way there. First, let me make our other track on this end. And lastly, the one on this side of the map. Hey, let's hook them up together. So I am going to take this track. First, I'm gonna turn it off so we can see the effects. So if you look at it, look at our abandonment, right? It's getting worse. Right, I'm gonna play at ×3 speed. So let's say we did, other than creating these tracks, you're gonna see the effects when you add in your cargo stations. Okay, so now the trick here is how do I make it go all the way there while going through all of this mess? Preferably I want to keep it going around here. So let's create a route that will just crash right through. Then it will rendezvous with this one. It's a little funky here, but it will do the job. And lastly, let's just make this grounded now. Okay, there we have it. Now let's take a peek of what happened to the city. Yep, our abandons are here, but I think some of them is because they are, let me check. Yeah, they're historical, so they can't like rebuild, but these ones here are not historical. I only have some on this end which are historical. Yep, not all of them. Okay, now let's go ahead and activate our train lines. So this should be active, and let's go ahead and turn on this one and this, and let's see this get fixed. I'm tempted to deleting this, but I want to show that it will fix itself slowly and surely. So let's go ahead and watch it in action. Okay, here comes our first cargo train. So what they do is they're delivering goods, right? So these goods are going to go into the city. So creating a highway will also help, but the fastest route is definitely by cargo. So slowly, all of this should dissipate. Let me just make sure I delete the ones that are historical. Otherwise, they will never rebuild. Yeah, I believe those are all the historical ones. Yeah, so at some point, all of this will remedy itself. Let me go ahead and fix this side since this is pretty much established. Okay, now let's take a look. Yeah, I think all of it is gone now. We only have that one guy that didn't make it. He didn't get his resources. Otherwise, we diverted a disaster that would have happened if we didn't activate the cargo stations. So let's look at the traffic here. Notice it is not a lot because we distributed the cargo. If you only put one cargo station, then everybody's gonna want to go there. But now that we added 3, you see how very clean it is? And on this end too, it's quite clean. This one here, traffic hopefully will soon dissipate now that we have cargo stations, and these guys, some of these are like, yeah, importing goods. A lot of these guys are importing. At some point, we're gonna import less by road.